Hey guys, it's Greg at Vanguard Motor Sales, and if it looks like I'm happy, it's because I am. This is one beautiful 1968 Mustang Fastback. It has got a Boss 9 Posi motor under the hood, all polished up, 557 cubic inches, 740 horsepower. The car is amazing. It's hooked up to a 6-speed manual transmission. She is drop dead gorgeous. Look at that beautiful black paint, the white stripes. Actually, it's a little bit off-white. It's like that Wimbledon white. All the body lines are flawless. The paint is near flawless. She is drop dead gorgeous. Look at the reflections in the paint. Man, I love it. Of course, it's got the American Racing Shelby wheels on it, Wilwood Disc Brakes, the GT500 insignia on the side. Look at these body lines. Look at the way everything lines up. Look at those reflections. And of course, right there's where that Posi music's coming out. And man, she plays it well. Look at this interior. Look at that beauty. She is gorgeous, man. I was out driving it earlier today, had a blast. I actually took a customer for a ride in it too. I bet he smiles for a week. The car is a piece of art. It is absolutely beautiful. That Posi motor is amazing. Now that back seat does fold down. You can see it's in a fold down position now. It does fold up. There is a seat back there. Everything about the car is done to a 10. Probably the nicest Mustang on the planet, guys. She is a beauty. The bottom side of the car looks just like the top side. We're gonna get it up on the lift and show off the bottom side too. Look at the back end of this baby. Man, is she beautiful. Get inside the trunk here and take a quick look. Looky there. We got stereo equipment back here. She's a beauty. The battery's mounted back here also. Look down the side of it. Look at that paintwork. Isn't it amazing? Can you imagine how many thousands of hours the paint man had in this thing and the body man? Just amazing. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, we don't do any consignment whatsoever. That means we own this Mustang. As a matter of fact, we own every bit of our inventory. Right now, we have a little over 200 cars in stock. We own every one of them. We're buying between 40 and 50 new units every month, so we've always got new inventory coming in. So go to our website often, check us out on Facebook, check us out on Instagram. We're always posting new stuff. Now, I've got about 35 years in the business, and this is probably the nicest Mustang I've ever seen or driven. Call us. Let's go for a ride in our 68. Posi power under the hood. Boss 9, all polished up, 740 horse. You know, I know you guys have heard me say this a million times. I got a new favorite car. Well, you know what? This is all-time winner, my favorite car, all time. It don't get any better than this. Boss 9, Posi power, 740 horse, black, white stripes, rotisserie restored, amazing beast. 6-speed transmission. She is a beauty, guys. Now at Vanguard Motor Sales, we can deliver this beautiful Mustang anywhere in the world. You just give us a call at 248-974-9513. Tom will explain the whole process to you, how nice and easy it is to park this dream in your driveway. Now look down here on the dash. One thing that's so cool is they took the aftermarket gauges and they put them right in the stock locations. Looking sweet. It's got a tilt column in it, which is very cool. Aftermarket radio in the center console. Everything in this car is absolutely beautiful. The paint, the finishes, I mean, the motor, just everything. And the power, just amazing. The brakes feel great. It's got those electric power brakes, which are just working great. And of course, the accelerator works really good. I mean, I am just barely putting the shadow of my foot on the accelerator, and this thing is away you go. Now, we are very close to the airport here at Vanguard, just outside of Detroit. So if you'd like to come in and visit, we would love to have you. We do sell about 95% of our cars sight unseen. We've always got new badass Mustangs, so check us out often. Here we are at 15100 Keel Street in Plymouth, Michigan. So stick with us, the best part's yet to come. We're gonna get this beauty up on the lift so you can see how pretty the bottom is. Then you can bet we're gonna pop the hood and we're gonna show you that completely polished Posi motor making 740 horse. All right, we're underneath this beautiful car now, and I tell you what, you can put mirrors underneath this car when you go to a car show and dare people to find something wrong with the bottom side of this one. Look up in here. Look at the finish on everything. The finish on the frame and on the trunk floor, the drop downs. Look at the finish on that. I swear to God, they wet sanded and rubbed this thing. It is beautiful. Look at that rear end housing. That is an aftermarket rear end housing with right around the 350 gear, and it is Posi, of course. Wilwood brakes, drilled and slotted rotors, chrome coilovers holding it up. We got a 4-link setup here holding the axle in there. Look at the frame, look at the floorboard, look at this drive shaft loop setup here. This is all custom, guys. Look at the setup they did for doing the exhaust going out through the frame. It is amazing. Beautiful, beautiful work. They've got that exhaust system tucked up in there nice and tight. They've got frame extensions on it, everything. And look at this. Look at how all the body kit, look how all this goes through, ties up in there, all finished, beautiful. And there's a little, bring the camera back up here. You got to show them this little access panel. There's a little tiny access panel. I have not pulled it off, but I bet there's a bolt in there that tightens up for this tip here for the exhaust. But there's a little tiny access panel. I mean, anybody that goes through the time to build something like that, quality, quality, quality work here. Look at all this. Look at that torque box there. I mean, the finish on that torque box is amazing. I mean, I could shave in that torque box. The reflection in that torque box is beautiful. The headers, look at the size of the tubes on those headers. 6-speed transmission, and look at it. They polished it. That aluminum transmission is all polished. It is a Tremec and it is beautiful. Explosion-proof bell housing. It does have a hydraulic clutch on it. I mean, everything under here. It's a piece of jewelry. It is gorgeous. Tubular aftermarket front suspension. Wilwood disc brakes up front with coilovers holding it up. Power steering. And of course, they did polish the rack too. I mean, anything that could be polished on this car is polished. Bottom side of the motor, of course, just as clean as can be. It's got a late model power steering pump on it. They've polished up the AC compressor, and they've mounted everything down low there so you don't have to look at it. So all you can see is those pretty heads and those pretty valve covers on that Boss 9 motor. You can see up in these wheel wells, look at this wireway they made right here. See that? That's where all the wires are going through there. Just beautiful. Just everything about it is gorgeous. Of course, American Racing Shelby wheels, and these are beautiful too. 225/45/17s. The proportioning valve for the brakes is right here. And there's that conduit again. Look at the way they made that conduit. All custom. I mean, they've got hundreds of hours just making that conduit there for those wires. And again, I just can't get over. Look at the finish work here. This is just amazing. Of course, you have to really know what a regular Mustang looks like to really appreciate all the workmanship and everything and how beautiful this looks. And right here, that's where that Posi horsepower sound's coming out right there. It is beautiful sounding too, man. It is beautiful workmanship. Just, I mean, I can't get over it. Just one gorgeous car. Let's see out back here. 255/45/17s back here. Again, the tank's brand new. The finish work right down to the bottom edge, looking sweet. All the body lines, look how nice all these fine lines are. Look at that, nearly perfect. I mean, looks like a laser beam cut that line in there. I mean, just gorgeous. Well, let's get under the hood and check out that Posi power. All right, under the hood, John Posi built a Boss 9 motor for this thing. This baby has got aluminum heads on it. As you can see, they polished it up. It's got those the hemispherical heads on it that the Boss 9s were known for. They polished up the valve covers here and the heads. Everything that's aluminum is polished. Now the block is cast iron. They've painted it silver to make it look like it's polished up. The water pump's polished, the timing cover's polished, the radiator's polished, the intake's polished. The carburetor's a quick fuel and 850 4-barrel. Now on the brakes, it does look like it just got manual brakes, but it does have an electric assist on the brakes. It's an ABS brand electric assist. It does have a hydraulic clutch on it. I did talk about the power steering. You can see they did a real nice, neat job with all the AC hoses down low here, so you don't have to look at them. Now, the front suspension is an aftermarket setup, so they could get this big old Posi motor in here. So they've taken the shock towers out of the original Mustang. They do still have the original buck tag for the car, which is kind of cool. They shaved that firewall and painted it up and looking beautiful. The hood is also beautiful. I mean, the finish on the bottom side of the hood is just as nice as the finish on the top side of the hood. It's got aftermarket hinges on it, electric fans on the radiator. I mean, just everything about this car is amazing, guys. Nicest Mustang I've ever laid eyes on. As you can tell, I love it. 740 horsepower with a single 4-barrel on it. John Posi's name is on the intake. It is a beauty, guys. She's black, she's a 68, it's a Mustang, it's a fastback, it's got a Boss 9 motor in it, it's all polished up, it's got AC, it's a 6-speed. I don't know what else you want. It's an award winner. Call us, 248-974-9513, and let Vanguard Motor Sales park my dream in your driveway.